Thank you for joining me on Dana's Daily Doodles on my YouTube channel, and I also have Facebook, Dana's Daily Doodles there. So what we're planning on making today is hamburger patties into like a Salisbury steak. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on gloves. So I do wear gloves anytime I deal with raw meat for the most part, unless it's something really simple. So I have, I'll adjust my camera here, a pound of really good hamburger. And to this, I am going to add, it's similar in a sense to meatloaf, but not meatloaf. So we're going to add that egg, and then we are going to season up this beef. So what are your favorite seasonings? I'm making sure that you can see. Mine vary. So I'm thinking with this, it's going to be some breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We have the egg. We are going to try a little bit of the Kinder's, the blend. I use that often. Only a little bit. My friend gave me this all-natural seasoning for flavor, poultry, fish, vegetables, and any type of meat, and it's very low in sodium. So MSG-free, gluten-free, and no added sugar. And it's this one. It's Jane's Crazy mixed up seasoning. Haven't tried that one before. And then I always do a little bit of just plain garlic. And then I'm going to add in some garlic. And then pepper is desired. So now what we're going to do is actually move that to the side. Move these to the side so that you can see. Here's my onion. Of course, we're going to add that. And I will tilt my phone down. So we're going to slice up this one mushroom, because we are going to put this one mushroom in with the binder and all of our seasoning. So we're going to duplicate flavors. We're going to have a little bit of this mushroom in our, that goes in here. And that will go into our bowl so we can mix that up. We're going to duplicate flavors, like I said. We're going to use our handy dandy Fibu paper replacement paper towel Fibu here. And we're going to put in some pepper, little pinch, not too much. I don't need any salt because it will have that. Oops, my spoon fell. Let me put that off to the side in the sink. We'll have that in our seasoning. So this little bit of just granules, not too much. We're going to put in a little bit of Parmesan. That'll give it some good flavor. And all of it's just a binder, you know. And then we're going to put in some breadcrumbs, about 1/4 cup. A lot of people say about that much. So there's your breadcrumbs. Let's put in, and be careful, our seasoning. So first ingredient is salt. So be careful. It says low on salt, but it's the first ingredient. So definitely be careful. Okay, now we're going to put in our garlic when we're done getting it mixed. And then we're going to put in actually a little bit of Lowry seasoned salt. I think it needs that little bit of zip up. Now, looking at that, I can see we might want to add 1 piece of bread. So let me clean this off, this area. We might end up binding this with either a cracker or bread. A couple crackers. I would think like a Ritz cracker. So when you mix up your hamburger, you know, you got to get your hands in there as a cook. You got to mix it up. But what you want to be careful is don't overmix. Do not overmix. If you can, use the best quality of hamburger, but a little bit of fat is what's going to give it some good flavor with these patties. You're going to get a lot of flavor from your seasoning and the gravy that goes on it. So this would be like a Salisbury steak with a light gravy, not too heavy, mashed potatoes, homemade, and let's make sure this is all mixing well. Do it lightly though, don't want to get it to where it's tough. And you're going to have your Salisbury steak, your light mushroom gravy over mashed potatoes, and then a steamed, sautéed cabbage with onion and garlic. So this, I was going to put some fresh garlic in it, but I'm thinking I'm going to do a lot of the fresh garlic in the cabbage. So I think that we'll keep this the way it is. And it's hard for me to touch anything. So I'm going to grab this and tilt my phone up a little bit here. Not touching my phone. Okay, so we're going to make these into 4 Salisbury steak patties. So just kind of make a little round ball, pat it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just home. Get those on our plate. Pat out a second. I'm thinking 4. I'm going to do 4, but you could probably get 5. But 4 will go perfectly. Let's see. How big are these going to be, though? Let's see if I can do... Okay, so we're going to actually... This is an awful lot, so I'm going to do 5. Why not? You can have leftovers, right? So get this patted out. And sometimes you have to really be careful too with garlic, because if there's pieces of it touching the fry pan, it will burn. So good idea just to go with our garlic granules. Okay. So we have this, and now these are made, looking good. So let me get these gloves off and wash my hands. Get this off and wash up. So next we're going to chop up some onion. And I cleaned my work area, kind of moved everything. And let's get this carefully in to the pan. And this is what, you could actually saute your onion and added that to your burger. That would have been really good. But I'm putting this into the gravy. So let's get these chopped up. Get that stem off. And then we're going to take this mushroom with a little bit of butter and a little bit of similar seasonings, but easy on the salt again. And we're going to add that to our pan. And we're going to saute this up for a couple of minutes. And then this will be with the onion, the mushroom, a little bit of butter and seasoning. And then when there's about 2 minutes to go, add in a heaping teaspoon of garlic if that's your preference. Okay, so definitely clean up as you go. And I turn off the video and then clean everything up as we go. And I have to do a hot sudsy on that one bowl that had the hamburger in it. So this is, of course, a green bag, keeping this fresh. And this is a cabbage. So we're just going to take out this. Take this last this outer layer off, as I always kind of do. And we're gonna, hi Joey, that's my kitty cat. So what we're gonna do for this is just chop it, rough chop, and we're gonna put it in a fry pan with some water. And that's again where we're gonna have this on the last 2 minutes of cooking, a teaspoon of garlic, all of our same seasonings, the favorite Kinder. The difference is we're going to do 1 teaspoon of bouillon. This will go into the water and it will steam with this, and I do not cook cabbage with oil. So water to cover on the bottom, sliced up cabbage, onion, white or whatever's your preference, your garlic, your seasoning, and then a teaspoon of your bouillon. That's about how I chop that up, about like this. So again, it's going to be about a cup of water. And now I'm going to put in my onion, my teaspoon of bouillon, a little bit of the Kinder, and then garlic on the last 2 minutes. Just let this steam first for about 10 minutes. Get our onion chopped up. Take out the outside of that onion. Take off that kind of that tough spot. I store mine in an onion keeper. Seems to work pretty well. Everything goes bad so easily. You have to really put everything in those green bags when you come home from the grocery store. Get them out of those produce bags and put them into the green bags. So we will soon be frying up our Salisbury steak. Okay, so scrub up your potatoes, make sure there's no bad spots, cut that off, peel them, rinse them thoroughly again, maybe twice so they're not too starchy. Keep them in cold water until you're ready to get them simmering. Add a pinch of salt and until a fork goes through, very, very tender. Pour off the water and then mash with half of a stick of butter and as much milk or half and half or cream that you desire for the consistency. So start slow with your liquid, absolute on the butter and pepper, and salt to taste. So here's our potatoes. We're going to get those simmering. Put a little tiny bit of salt in there and bring those up. You can see how this one has the venting in it. So that'll work good. I'll turn on my vent fan when it starts, and I'm going to give you a little tip. This has just a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit, and I sprinkled garlic granules in the bottom, and it will make those patties taste just unbelievable. Sprinkle any kind of your favorite seasoning, and then fry your meat, fry your chicken, your patty, and I want to show you something. This one really tastes good. It's my first time using it, and I really love it. Even though it's got salt, first ingredient, be careful, of course, right? The herbs, spices, dehydrated onion, and that dehydrated garlic are just wonderful. And it's made here. Give it a try. It's probably about $3. Sizzle, sizzle. Looking good. Probably about 8 minutes on each side. Sorry. Getting this going here. Cabbage has started. And the potatoes, hot milk, butter, getting ready to mash them. That'll go over the top of them and the gravy next. Let's check on our cabbage. That looks yummy. Maybe about 5 minutes to go. Mashed potatoes, so good. Not too thick, not too thin for this dinner. Okay, so these are about done. But to make sure, cover it, leave a little bit of venting, even if it has some venting. Do the venting, give it 5 minutes on very, very low, just to finish them completely up. Okay, let's take a look, see what you think. Can you see that with the light on? Let me turn this off. There we go. Delicious. Mashed potatoes done. Had to bring them back up to warmth. And I'll show you. Cabbage. Thanks for joining me at Dana's Daily Doodles.